I am absolutely tired of loading up Call of Duty and streaming it for hours on end and not having a single ounce of fun. You guys remember when games were actually fun, especially Call of Duty back in the day? What exactly happened and what can be done to make it great again? Well, one thing that you can do is watch until the very end of this video for a special opportunity to make your Warzone and MW2 games feel a lot less stressful and a little more, dare I say, fun. So today's mission, make Call of Duty great again.
We will make Warzone great again.
Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this opportunity on a video that begins right now. What's up, what's good, YouTube? Hope all is well, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Hapa, and on today's video, we're going to be discussing the most pertinent issues that have led many
Billions and billions and billions and billions
players just like yourself and, well, me at one point, flat out just quit Call of Duty.
done.
But I'm also going to clue you guys in on a lot of secrets others are actually exploiting, and they just happen to make for a little bit better Call of Duty experience. You know, outside of the lack of movement, lack of skill gap, lack of a decent anti-cheat, lack of competent devs that aren't sucking the liberal narrative dry, and letting the dick of wokeness come all over our only escape from the woke world outside our doors.
Everything woke turns to shit.
Listen, let's not beat around the bush here. The game's in a rough spot.
We're in hell right now, gentlemen.
Let's talk about exactly what we can do to fix it and hopefully have some fun again. Starting off with issue number one. The sound. It's always been the sound, and little did we know the sound engine was literally the best it was ever going to be the day the game come out, as we've seen a continual decline in its performance, to the point that Artist War's advanced sound tuning is still at times not picking up very important audio cues, like enemies walking right up on a ladder behind you, or in many cases full-on sprinting WQing right towards you, and in the kill cam it sounds like, I mean, honestly, this isn't the only department that the game's lacking in performance-wise. Let's face it, a $3,000 PC is lucky as if it gets you around like 120, 130 FPS, especially if you're running at a 1440 or 4K resolution. Not to throw in the fact that a lot of us stream, or at a minimum like to record our gameplay, and that number easily rivals the FPS of the next-gen console that, by the way, cost a fraction of when compared to a high-end PC. And you know what else console gets a lot less of, the PC lobbies are absolutely flooded with?
He's hacking! It's a fucking cheater!
Number two, yep, those dirty, stinking cheaters. I mean, I personally believe giving our youth a shitload of money to stay home for over a year and a half gave way to more addiction to the instant gratification, like saying, to hell with the getting good, I got all this free money, what's 60 bucks a month gonna hurt? But that's not what we're here to talk about. The fact is, this game is, in my opinion, right at the point that it was with aimbot and wall hacking, as it was with Verdansk, like season 5, 6-ish, where the majority of the players have either quit because 90% of their lobbies are hacked up or have decided, much as I did around the time, you know, fuck it, I want to see what the big deal is. Why so many people are turning to the dark side. Spoiler alert, it's not what you think it is. At least in my experience it wasn't, but then again, I'm not a turbo nerd whose mother didn't love me, and can quite easily find love and self-appreciation for myself outside of, you know, my talent and skill performance-wise in a video game.
Nerd, you're a fucking nerd. Nerd, you're a fucking nerd. And no one likes you. No one likes you.
To be honest with you guys, it got old and boring rather quickly, might I add. And because I was creating content at the time, I also felt as if it was, you know, kind of like I was locked into a job that didn't pay a wage. But, you know, even the gamer in me felt as if I was bound to playing the same game on recruit difficulty on the same boring ass level over and over and over again. I mean, trust me, if I was making magnificent type of money, to be honest, I probably would have rocked it until the wheels fell off. But unfortunately for me, I made a grand total of fuck all while I was doing the thing on my Facebook gaming days. And while we're on the topic of Facebook gaming, I want it to be known, I literally rage checked on their platform for the better part of 6 months, and these absolute morons actually invited me to their partner program, only to ban me from the forms of monetization for my political beliefs, apparently alleging that the last election wasn't on the up and up is way worse than cheating in a video game while taking ad rev nefariously. Which brings us to our next point of emphasis. Issue number 3, there are quite literally infinite options for not only loadouts, but more so weapon builds. And while at first glance you may be like, here we have that actually creates the depth and unlimited replay possibilities. Just shut up, nerd. It doesn't matter what kind of weird, souped up monstrosity of a fucking gun you spend 45 minutes designing and then tuning when there are 2 to 3 specifically built guns that everybody's running, or you're putting yourself at a disadvantage and constant risk of being outgunned by a Warzone stats website top weapon meta tab cast off fucking 762. There is no fair mitigation for talent and skill. So bring back the fucking pick 10 system, please, and focus on designing new and actually playable maps for the next game. And not just retexturing and adding doors to old ones. Because I just fucking love being able to pop dead silence, which isn't a perk for whatever genius reason, and then conveniently alert the camping riot shield shotgun ass clown of my presence via an audio cue from a door being opened to their campsite, giving them just enough time via lack of movement mechanics to build a fire and roast some goddamn marshmallows so they can enjoy a fucking snack. Well, they teabag my dead body.
Relax, dude.
Now, let's talk possible solutions. We could, A, stop playing and supporting the game entirely and find another game. But unfortunately, I'm here to tell you, after the last year and a half trying to, find a different game and test out every game that caught my eye, the problems that COD faces, every other game and to some extent faces them. Some to much higher degree as well. Or, B, we could join the CPU and spend our days writing polite but stern emails and tweets directed at employees of the franchise, and then make all the counts to combat the massive amounts of people that call us stupid for doing so. Or C, we could solve every single one of these problems with one simple yet powerful solution. And that solution works whether you're on PC or Xbox or even PlayStation. It'll keep you far away from the majority of players using aimbot and wall hacks, especially those turbo nerds that try their absolute damnedest to hide it because they want you to think, bro, I'm just him, I'm next up.
Nah, Chad, I'm shooting nukes on this game, bro.
Not only will it keep you away from the hackers, it's also gonna reduce your weapon building and tuning time to a fraction. It'll even auto-optimize your PC, gaining you so many precious frames, providing a smooth gameplay experience without the hitches and stutters, all with the simple click of a button. So what's this powerful solution you're talking about, Hapa? Well, it's none other than SweatVPN, the ultimate gaming companion. It's not just a VPN that's designed to break skill-based matchmaking. It's not just a geofence and doomer router. It's an all-in-one solution for those who want to take their Call of Duty experience to the next level. Using my code in the description, you can have unlimited access to what I personally believe is the best, not only VPN, but pretty much a companion app that's ever been made for Call of Duty. I mean, honestly, there's plenty of VPNs that are designed to alleviate the burden of skill-based matchmaking in COD, but none of them have anything close to what SweatVPN offers. Not only does SweatVPN have around 5 times the server configs than the next largest provider, they also have up-to-minute server updates, meaning never will you ever have to switch between 10 configurations before finally finding the right lobby that isn't a total sweat fest. What about if you're a rank grinder? Ever notice how the longer your win streaks go or the better you're performing, the more latency that's going to be introduced to your games by having your game hosted on servers further and further away? Never again can Call of Duty influence the outcome of your games by sending you to play in bumfuck Egypt. Simply select a server or chain a few of them together and boom, no more high ping. What about performance, Hapa? Does it affect your PC's performance? Well, yes, it does, but never negatively. Simply click the FPS tab and enable the features to instantly gain frames, or even use the option to prevent your ISP from throttling you on your bandwidth that you actually paid for. What weapons to use? No more tabbing out and searching up on your phone or wasting time sifting through the non-updated websites with your favorite streamers' weapon builds that end up, sometimes not working at all. Mainly because you haven't used my code HAPA and got your own SweatVPN. Nope. All you need to do is see what the most powerful and most used metas are, simply click the meta tab within the Sweat VPN app to see the latest up-to-date weapon builds and their tunings, as well as plenty of other useful information. But Hapa, isn't using a VPN cheating? Regardless of what Call of Shame or the big-eared Scouser Bad Boy Beeman tells you, it's not. At the end of the day, if it was cheating, wouldn't they ban people that used them to date? There's been absolutely 0 people banned for using a VPN. It does not happen. Unfortunately, your thoughts and mine aside, this is actually something being used by many, many people. We're talking the majority of folks still playing the game. And if you still see this as cheating, then you probably don't see an issue with having increasingly bad games, one after the other, until you break down and make a purchase, then experience a few easy lobbies, and will probably never understand what the term normalization truly entails, because that shit ain't up to you or I. And the fact is, nobody is, or even ever will be banned for using a VPN. Use the link in the description, use code HAPA at checkout, and get with the program. Sweat VPN, it's time to make Call of Duty fun again. In fact, if you guys just want to check out their Discord, use my Discord invite link in the description below. You know, it all kind of reminds me of when Walt Disney said, all of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Catch you guys on the next one. Mahalo.
Hey, you guys remember when I used to make lazy ass videos saying every streamer cheats, then did a 180 and shit all over my community because I'm desperate to be in the cool kids club, judging by my analytics? Nobody has forgotten.